Hey yo, what's up guys? Luigi Striker here, and today I am doing another coaster fight video. And this coaster fight will be between obviously Little Dipper, and it will be between Creeper Jackson's Splach coaster. And the only reason why I decided to do this coaster fight was because these are kind of two crappy coasters on the realm. No offense, Creeper Jackson. And I'm even insulting myself for making a crappy coaster. I mean, Little Dipper is. Little Dipper looks good in Minecraft, but it's a bad coaster in real life, and mostly just this coaster just looks bad in Minecraft. But since I don't really like Little Dipper or Creeper Jackson's Splach, we're going to see which crappy coaster is going to win this coaster fight with 12 categories. Height, speed, duration, bars, waiting line, lighting, loading station, theming, logo, lag, scenery, exit, and layout, and then lastly, overall experience, which is mostly just going to decide which coaster wins the coaster fight. So yeah. Total score you can get in a coaster fight is 140 points, which is very unlikely, but it could happen if your coaster is like phenomenal. But yeah, we're gonna find out which coaster is gonna win this coaster fight, and let's go. First category we have is the height category, and Little Dipper, obviously, if you watched my top 42 tallest coasters list, this is definitely really low on the list, and the height of this coaster is only 18 blocks tall, which is not really good. So what I do for a height category is I divide whatever number of how tall the block is, like the tallest point in the ride, and then I divide it by 172 because that's the tallest ride in the world, which is Top Thrill Dragster Reborn. And then I got an answer for Little Dipper of 1, and then Splach, which is highest point, is actually 80 blocks. So it's a pretty tall coaster, and actually I got 9th place in the top 42 list that I made a while back. And obviously tallest point is right here, and it's 80 blocks tall, and score for Splach would be 4.7, so Splach wins the height category. Next we have is the speed category, and mostly what I do for the speed category is if there's any parts of the ride where the ride like really slows down. But if the ride purposely slows down at a point, then I won't count that. And like Splach, obviously throughout the whole ride, it's just high-powered rail. So and the lift hill, since it kind of slows up and down the lift hill, that doesn't really count. Splach doesn't really have any slowing down moments, but the only reason why I give Splach a 9.5 out of 10 is because it kind of goes down this slowly, but it still doesn't really slow down that much at all. So it only really loses 0.5 points. And Little Dipper, while I rode the ride, I didn't feel like it slowed down at all. So Little Dipper is going to get a 10 out of 10 for the speed category. So Little Dipper only wins by 0.5 and gets a perfect score of 10 out of 10. And Splach gets a 9.5 out of 10, which is almost a perfect score. Next we have is the duration category. And Little Dipper, really low score for duration category. Little Dipper is definitely not known for being a very long ride. Little Dipper is only 37 seconds long, and it got a really low score of 0.3 out of 10. And the way how I find out the duration category is I divide the number of seconds. So if I got 37, I would divide it by 0.37 by 12, because the longest coaster in my realm is 12 minutes long, and then there's my score, and the longest coaster in my realm is Mega Evolution. And then for Splach, it actually got a decently higher score, obviously, because the track is really long. But you go for the track pretty quickly. So the ride's only around 2 minutes and 15 seconds long. I calculated the time. I even timed it for both of the rides. And when I divided the time 2.15 by 12, our result was 1.8 out of 10. So Splach loses the duration. No, it doesn't lose the duration category. It wins the duration category. My bad. And Little Dipper loses the duration category by 1.5 points. Next, we have the bar category. And Splach, it's just straight down bars. And I mean, at the end of the bar, it has, suppose you can say, a cyan concrete block at the end and light blue wool blocks. But the bar design is just so lame. I mean, I guess you have this in the middle here where it attaches, but that's still not really great. It's just straight down bars. And, I mean, if you go all the way over here, like, the bars are kind of, like, put out, but it's still not really, like, only really, like, 4 sets of 5 sets of bars there are kind of like opened up, so it's not really even that good. So Splach is definitely getting a low score for bars. And I mean, Little Dipper is not really going to get a great score either, but since it's kind of like a wooden roller coaster, it's definitely going to get a better score because the bars actually look a lot better with the fences. I mean, I looked at it really carefully, and there's not really any parts like where it extends out. It's just all straight down bars around it, but it still looks better than Splach in my opinion. So Little Dipper is going to get a 6 out of 10, and Splach is going to get a 4 out of 10. I feel like I was generous to Splach in that one. So yeah, Little Dipper wins this category by 2 points. Next we have the waiting line category, and oh boy, you want to see Little Dipper's waiting line? Oh look, I'm in the loading station already. Yep, that is Little Dipper's waiting line. Really lame, 0.5 out of 10. I feel like I should have gave it a 0, but it's still kind of a waiting line, so I'm going to give it at least some points, but 0.5, not really the greatest waiting line. But if we go to Splach actually has a pretty decent waiting line. Like before you go into it, you have this nice S here, you got the water and sea lanterns everywhere. You even got this words here saying ride it. And you even got like some bushes to the side and some trees and a kind of big bush there, and got some lamps. And mostly just walls with some little cool designs on them. So yeah, Splach kind of has a decently cool waiting line, so I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Definitely maybe could use some more work, but it's still definitely a better waiting line than Little Dipper's, for sure. Next we have the lighting category, and Splach, I mean, like the waiting line is definitely really nice lit up, and the loading station's lit up, and this part here is nicely lit up because mostly the torches are on the track. But if we look over here, look at all the bars that aren't lit up. Even like some of the bars down here aren't completely lit up. Everything's all dark. What? That is not good. Yeah, mostly just the bottom of the bars and mostly just all the bars under the track aren't lit up, and it's just really dark in some areas, and I do not like that. Lighting for Splach, I mean, there's still like a decent amount of lighting. It still kind of like illuminates at night. You can definitely see the track at night. So lighting, I'm gonna give Splach a 5. I felt like that was a good number to give it. Little Dipper, I gave a 9.5 out of 10. I mean, there's like teeny little spots where it could use maybe a little more lighting, like right there, maybe some parts like right here, or maybe even like on the stair right here. Yeah, not really like big lighting improvements, but there's still like some little spots that need some lighting. So I'm gonna give Little Dipper a 9.5 out of 10, but really it should get a 10 out of 10. But yeah, lighting for Little Dipper is incredible. So Little Dipper wins this category by 4.5 points. Next we have the loading station category, and Little Dipper, the loading station's not the greatest. Little Dipper, you're not really good. I mean, like, it's cool that the loading station has, like, on the track, like, going over it. I find that cool, but that's, like, really it. The loading station doesn't even have, like, the little iron bars, like, that go in, or at least something, like, so you can represent the lines. But yeah, just nothing. Little Dipper doesn't have anything. This is a pretty lame loading station, so I was kind of pretty generous in giving it a 3 out of 10, but maybe you should have gone a little... I mean, it's still like a loading station, so I'm going to give it at least a 3. And then if we go to Splach's loading station is definitely a little better. I like how you have the water by it, and you got all these cool light blue colors around it. Even though I have this nice little ceiling here, not really the greatest, but still pretty cool. But something I did like is like a little exit here by the loading station, and like the little anvil design on the bottom of it. Yeah, I found the anvil design kind of cool. So yeah, loading station for Splach will be getting 5 out of 10, and loading station for Little Dipper is going to get 3 out of 10. Next, we have the theming category. And both these coasters don't really do a good job on theming, but Splach does do a little bit better job of the theming. Obviously, you can tell it's like kind of like water themed in some area by the bars and how there's water everywhere, and the sea lanterns, and even like the prismarine blocks, and kind of like the waterish colors, and even got more of the prism, or like the blocks you would find in a sea temple. I don't know what those blocks are called because I'm stupid. But yeah, like this definitely has more theming, but like you can't really like, you probably wouldn't tell like the theme maybe like right away, I don't know, but you can definitely tell it's a water theme. So I'm gonna give Splach's theming a 3 out of 10, but Little Dipper, 0 out of 10. There's like literally no theming for Little Dipper. I mean, the logo is not even the color for it. No really theming at all for Little Dipper. So Little Dipper Whack, whack, you get a 0 out of 10. So yeah, Splach wins this category by 3 points. Next, we have a category that Little Dipper is going to do better in than Splach. The logo category. I mean, the logo for Little Dipper isn't really the greatest, but it's definitely better than Splach's logo. I mean, yeah, nice. It's definitely like a different design from other letters. So I'll give the logo a 5 out of 10. You got an arrow pointing to the right. And even if you go over here, there's another Little Dipper logo made, which is kind of representing, oh yeah, Little Dipper's over here because you really want to ride Little Dipper, don't you? And Viper's also over there. But if we go to Splach, Splach's logo is just, like, it doesn't even have the full word finish. This is just the logo. A big S with 2 sea lanterns on it. Not really the greatest logo, so Splach's getting a 1 out of 10, and Little Dipper's going to get a 5 out of 10 for the logo, and Little Dipper wins by 5 points. Not 5 points, 4 points! I am messing up my words today. I am so sorry. Next, we have the lag category, and both these coasters are actually pretty smooth rides. I don't really feel like they lag that much. There's definitely some parts in Little Dipper where it lags a little bit, but Splach felt pretty smooth to me. So I gave it a perfect 10 out of 10. Yeah, Splach. That's the only 10 out of 10 you're going to get in this coaster fight. And then Little Dipper got 9 out of 10 because I feel like the only reason why some parts of it lags because maybe like if you're looking over at this part, it is laggy a little bit here. Also just because you're looking at the laggy coaster called Viper. The wooden detail everywhere on this ride makes it laggy, and it makes Little Dipper laggy because it's near it. I mean, I guess even like Goliath, maybe even the Eiffel Tower and all the other crazy detail coasters around this maybe it'll make it lag, so not really gonna give it too much points off for lag, just 1 point off, so Little Dipper loses this category by 1 point. Next, we have the scenery category, and Little Dipper definitely, you can tell, has all the grass and flowers around it, even got some nice trees around it. And there's definitely some parts on the ride where it could be used, maybe some more trees in some areas, maybe like around the, I don't know, maybe like some more trees around here, so yeah, like, it's not really going to get much points off for scenery, so it's just going to get 1 point off, but definitely the scenery is definitely much better than Splach scenery, because if we go to Splach, I mean, we got some scenery around the waiting line, got these nice grass here, got some trees, some grass, and even got some trees around this part of the loading station, but that's it. The rest of the ride, ooh, looks just plain grass, and I guess there's a little villager house here. Nothing really special, no freaking scenery at all. Splach, what's up with this? Like near your loading station and your waiting line there's scenery, but no scenery at all. And you can see an unfinished coaster over there. And a Family Guy thing. Yeah, Splach's not really getting a great score for scenery, 3 out of 10, while Little Dipper gets a 9 out of 10 for scenery. Next is the exit category, and for Splach, Splach's exit is a little bit better than Little Dipper's. It actually is better than Little Dipper's exit. I mean, I kind of like how you have the nice stone detail here and the nice stone walls. You even got torches at the end. You got free passageway out for the exit, and you even got the nice little anvils under here as well. But exit's not really amazing. It's not really long or anything, so I'm kind of being generous and giving it a 2 out of 10. But if we go to Little Dipper is pretty much the same. It's same exit as the same waiting line, just this one little staircase down, so definitely really low score, 0.5 out of 10. And Splach wins this category by 1.5 out of 10. Next we have the layout category, and Little Dipper definitely does a better job of the layout than Splach, because Splach's layout is really lame when I show you it. Obviously you've already seen it, but I like a Little Dipper's layout because you have the nice little lift hill, then you have the curve around, then one huge up and down, you have a curve around and go down, a little up, and then curve around one last time, and then a curve up and around and back into the loading station. It has a nice little track to it, and yeah, it gets a 6 out of 10 for its layout. I mean, obviously it's not the biggest or longest layout, so yeah, I think I gave a good score for it. And then Splach's layout, yeah, you had this nice huge lift hill here, which is kind of themed like Raging Bull. You got up a nice long drop here, and just really long up and down, a curve around, just long ups and downs, and this one just goes up, then a little down, not really, then it goes up, really long, and a tight curve around, and weird curve arounds at the end. not really the greatest layout ever. So layout for Splach is actually getting a pretty low score of 2 out of 10. Not really a great layout at all. So yeah, Little Dipper wins this category by 4 points. Finally, we have the overall experience category, which is the last category, and this category pretty much just sums up which coaster is going to win this coaster fight. And right now I am facing right into the grass of which coaster lost the coaster fight this video, and the coaster lost the coaster fight is, drumroll, amazing drumroll, I know, right? Splach by Creeper Jackson. This coaster splacked into the ground and lost the coaster fight with awful layout and awful bars. And the awful coaster in real life, Little Dipper won the coaster fight. So yeah, I really did like this coaster fight because at first I had no idea which coaster was going to win this coaster fight because both of them are crappy. I'm like, ugh, which one's going to win this coaster fight? Actually, at first I thought Splach was going to win this coaster fight, but after getting all the points tallied up, Little Dipper won the coaster fight just by 3 points. So yeah, final points in the end were 64.1 for Little Dipper and 61.1 for Splach, and all the categories again for Little Dipper. Little Dipper got 1 for height, 10 for speed, 0.3 for duration, 6 for bars, 0.5 for waiting line, 9.5 for lighting, 3 for loading station, 0 for theming, 5 for logo, 9 for lag, 9 for scenery, 0.5 for exit, 6 for layout, and 4.3 for overall experience. And then Splach got 4.7 out of 10 for height, 9.5 for speed, 1.8 for duration, 4 for bars, 6 for waiting line, 5 for lighting, 5 for loading station, 3 for theming, 1 for logo, 10 for lag, 3 for scenery, 2 for exit, 2 for layout, and 4.1 for overall experience. So yeah, once again, Little Dipper won this coaster fight just by 3 points, and Splach to the ground and lost this coaster fight. Yeah, I know. My Splach jokes are so hilarious. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next coaster fight. Bye-bye!